A question that gets floated around a lot by collectors and fans of Disney cars is, what is the rarest retail release ever by Mattel? So this excludes stuff like Big Al, the Convoy Brothers that were only released at conventions, and focuses on stuff that were exclusive to retail stores, like only available at a physical store and then, resold, blah, 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 right? Popular answers are El Matador, Bessie, Brian Parks Motors, obviously Race Damaged Mood Springs, some of the storytellers like Bubba and the Showgirls, the Cousins. But one that is always, always, always neglected and perhaps forlorn is Max Sacar here, the Shu Todoroki fan, the Honda Civic that is always forgotten in that conversation, despite only being released to sparingly few stores in the United Kingdom. He was an exclusive in a 4-pack in 2015, along with, I think, Shu Todoroki, McQueen, and maybe Francesco or some other random car. Now, this was at the tail end of the multi-pack exclusive era for Target that started in 2013. Well, actually, no, my bad, 2011. Ronnie Del Cooper was the kickoff to that. He was the first 4-pack exclusive in this Target era, especially for cars too. He kicked it off, right? Multi-pack exclusive, never released again. Now, some of these did go on to be released in other formats, like Denise Beam here. I think she was 2012, but then got re-released in 2017 and 2014. Frank Lachenson was a 7-pack. He later went on to be included in other multi-packs, but never as a single. That's a custom. Now, Bob Motor, along with Max Sacar, were at the very tail end, and they were nearly canceled. Why is this? Because many other ones were canceled, and you guys might know of this. I've done videos on them throughout the years here. You have that BMW Rails That Rule fan, the Max Schnell Mini Cooper fan. You have that Pink Cyan XB, who I reviewed earlier this year. You might see those pop up later on in this video when we get into the juicier stuff. But yeah, so those all were too late, right? It was too late for them. There was no hope left. These ones, there was little hope left. So Bob Motor made it to the United States, but only to Ross stores in his 4-pack. Max Sacar was not so lucky. He got stuck in the United Kingdom. Now, Max Sacar fell under the 2014 packaging, while Max here, Bob Motor, my bad, Bob Motor fell under the 2014 packaging, whereas Max Sacar was 2015 packaging. I think his pack actually was Miguel Camino, Shu Todoroki, and Lightning McQueen. Could be wrong about that though. But anyways, my whole point is you can't find one of these on eBay. Haven't seen one for sale in forever. The ones that are loose probably go for $200 to $300, and haven't seen one of those in a long time. So he is rarer, in my opinion, than Race Damaged Mood Springs because of the whole international factor to him. And so if you were to ask me what's the rarest retail release, I would say El Matador, because he goes for hundreds of dollars. But Max Sacar, he just never pops up. Now, maybe if you're in the United Kingdom and you have access to those markets there, it could be a little bit easier. But for most people, he will end up being the rarest, if not, maybe the second rarest retail release you could possibly come across. That is why he's forlorn here, and that is why he's featured on Chapter 37 of Forlorn Favorites, and this is the 9th episode of Season 3, and let's dive right in here. He's actually a great car. Obviously all the canceled, near cancellation, near death, international exclusive, super rare, that stuff's great, adds to his personality, gives him layers, but just alone, it's a great release. He's still one of the best fans I think they've ever done, because a lot of them are like blue and green, which is kind of gross, too many of them. So a red one's actually quite nice. I think he might be the only red fan they did. This one here is a custom, right? So I'm a big fan. I love that he's looking off to his right because it gives him a little bit of personality instead of just looking down the middle like legit all of those guys are. So I love that. He's got the Honda logo there in the center of his grill. Big old smile. Don't know what he's smiling about because Shu Todoroki didn't do very well. Now, actually, we should start with his appearance, which has plagued me for years. You can find a lot of red Hondas in cars too, but none that look identical to this. I've seen some. I literally found one where there's the Tokyo flag in front of him, but it actually belongs to another car. And so it looks like he has it, but it's actually another car's, and then he has some sort of other decal or some other sort of souvenir. However, I did find, I believe, what really should be the legitimate Max Sacar here. It took me a long time to find him, but there he is there. Not the clearest picture in the world, but pretty sure that is a red Honda with the Tokyo flag up in the stands there at Porta Corsa. Would make maybe a little bit more sense that he appeared in Tokyo, but I really can't find anyone that looks remotely like him. Actually, I think I did find him one time in Tokyo, maybe, but I think he was a little different as well. I think he had something else going on for him. Maybe I'll include that picture there as well. But anyways, he has a Tokyo license plate, Japanese license plate, so we're just going to assume he traveled. He's like a Shu Todoroki crazy fan, so he went to all the races. He probably was at London. He probably is even at Radiator Springs because he's that big of a fan of Shu. Maybe he's the guy that's getting that Carbon Racer mini Shu Todoroki made. Absolute joke. But yeah, he's got this black flag here with the Japanese flag attached to it, black flagpole, and it just kind of attaches into his side door here. You can't remove it, so don't try. I've seen ones where like it's all bent out like this, but I don't think it's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to just be flat back. And it's pretty unique because no other cars have this accessory. Like none other have a flag like this. I mean, you can see Denise has this kind of flag. Frank has that kind of flag. Ronnie has that kind of flag. So there's like 4 different kinds of flags floating around out there, but Max's is unique. And I guess you could say the same about those. They're all unique as well. Although Aloy Hemberger has the same flag as Frank Clutchgoneski. He's another blue fan. Stupid. You got nice rims there. Black fenders. Silver, very silver gas cap. Now this back window here is like a weird little plastic insert, whereas these are like part of the interior. This is like a weird insert. I don't understand this. Like it's not the same as this. So interesting. Honda logo back there. Now somebody can maybe read these Japanese characters, but 12202-28, so February 28th, maybe somebody's birthday that worked on him, or maybe it's the birthday of whoever Max Sacar was named after, because we do know that they like to name characters off of Pixar employees. The license plate's a little crooked. Now mine's kind of like a factory reject. I got it from China. I never got my hands on the physical 4-pack in the package. I was lucky enough to get my hands on one of the Bob Motor ones, but never a Max Sacar pack, unfortunately. I would love to. I hopefully can someday, but like I've said, it's extremely rare. But it really would be a holy grail of my collection. You can see it was made on the 187th day of 2015. So yeah, pretty late into that year, even though he was supposed to be like a 2015 release. Along with those cameramen as well. I'll pull them out in a couple moments here. But yeah, now before we get into all the ancillary details, we gotta compare him to his other Honda buddies. Most similarly is going to be Heike here. It does perturb me a little bit that their expressions are both looking off that way, but they both have nice expressions, so we can't really get too upset. And their mouths are even different, even though they're both beaming. But what makes the Max Sacar here a little bit different in model or mold is the flag inserts. And Heike here is your most basic Honda you'll ever find. Like you'll never find like just a blank one like this. The ones I'll show you and Max have like little accessories. So if you're going to customize a Honda, you're going to want Heike here because you don't have to deal with holes in the mold. Holes in the mold. Now, sillily, I don't understand why the gas cap is not painted silver on Heike, but I don't know. Maybe it just adds to the differences because they're not many here. They're different shades of red and they have the same license plate, yet it's printed differently. It's formatted very differently. Oh, Mattel. See, this is what really mind boggles me. Like if you're going to go to the effort of formatting it like this and printing it off so much larger, like look at how much larger that is than this. I mean, it's literally like this is like a long hot dog label. This is like a hamburger one. This is like your 8x11 piece of paper. This is like Yeah, I don't know. It's like a label maker type paper. Super weird, but the print on both of them is identical. So I don't know. It wouldn't have surprised me if this was on this because Heike, well, actually, no, Heike came before Sacar because Heike was a 2016 release. How interesting. Oh. So it wouldn't have surprised me if then Heike had Max's very slim format. I don't know. Interesting, yeah. He was produced 300th day of 2015. So yeah, he was produced 113 days after my Max. How fun. Mysteries. Next up is Nick Cartone here. Now this is the first Honda Civic they did in 2012. He has the microphone, and so that's what makes him a little bit different. A very forlorn release as well. He's only been released once, and a lot of people forget some of those 2012 releases because distribution was so bad. And what do you know? He has the exact same license plate in the exact same format. Oh my goodness. I don't know what Mattel is doing, but both of them do have the silver gas cap, so that's a win. Now the real test will be what Mike Fuse has here. So Mike Fuse was released kind of in between all of these because he was 2015, right? So, and now he's a smaller scale because I do believe, and apparently Mattel did as well, that this Honda Civic model that all these other three have is too large. Doesn't really make sense. I agree with that. So in 2015, when they released Mike Fuse here, they scaled it down. And yet, even though Heike came after Mike Fuse, they went right back to the chunky monkey Honda Civic model. Reminds me of what they did with Sally in 2018 when they redid her model, but then immediately regressed right back to the old inaccurate one. So it's like you get different management in there and they completely like scrap it, or they accidentally delete files or something, or somebody like loses the mold. I don't know what happens, to be completely straight with you. But either way, here you have Mike Fuse and he's looking off to his left. So another pretty good expression. But yeah, his gimmick, well, he's a waiter, so he's got the bandana here and he's got a tray with some all-in-all on it. Yeah, I would not drink that. So if you drank all-in-all at like a party, not even really like if you're taking it like as gas, by the way, 206th day of 2015, like if you're not really, if this is more like the drink all-in-all instead of like the fuel all-in-all, like are you still susceptible to the camera? I would probably guess not, but oh look, he's got a different license plate, 02-83, yay! And he also has the taillight on the window there, and they kind of reshaped it. So yeah, definitely a better Honda Civic model, Mike Fuse is. And it's too bad that they reverted back to the inaccurate one for Heike, which came later. And now Mike Fuse is actually getting a re-release here pretty much almost as we speak. This will come out like October 14th, and pretty sure that 2-pack with Zen Master Pity will have been released by now, both of which are brand new Thailand variants. And now I'll be right back with some fun, sexy items to show. So while Sacar and Bob Motor here might feel a bit shafted, like they got the short end of the stick from Mattel since they didn't make it to Target, only Ross and some random UK store, you should be feeling pretty good that you're alive. Yeah, that's kind of dramatic, but let me introduce you to the slew of cars that were on the same track as these, but just a little later down the pipeline, like they were just scheduled to release later, just like how Denise Beam was scheduled to release after Ronnie Del Cooper. Same thing, but they hit the chopping block. Target was like, hey, these things aren't selling, stop making them, we're done buying them. Mattel's like, yeah, you're probably right. No one else wants to buy these. All right, you're done. Starting with these two, which are absolutely amazing. They should have been amazing releases. I alluded to them earlier. You have your BMW Raoul fan and your Mini Cooper Max Schnell fan. They were going to be in their own 4-packs, just with, this one was probably like Raoul, Lewis, and somebody. This one was like Max, Nigel, and somebody. I don't know. But yeah, gorgeous releases too. This would have been the first time they did a 2002 BMW model, and this would have been the first time they did, well, actually, he wouldn't really have been the first for anything, but he's got a cool expression. They did do a Max Schnell fan. They've done several Mini Coopers. And then there was a 7-pack. So just like Frank Klechensen, who was releasing a 7-pack with 3 new releases, though. Whereas the 7-pack with Frank, he was it. Like, that was it. I was buying $35 of Frank. This, though, oh, man, we got a BMW Reporter. We have a Peugeot Reporter, and the frosting on the cake is this Nigel Gearsley Cyan XB fan. Absolutely gorgeous. And not to pat myself on the back or anything, but only one of these is known to exist in the world. Wink, wink. And you're looking at it. So yeah, guys, Max and Bob, you should feel pretty good about yourself because you guys actually made it out somehow. I really don't know how you did, but you did it. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Max can meet his lover here. He can meet his idol, Shu Todoroki. They can snap some good pictures together. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below who's your favorite World Grand Prix race fan. They still have done a lot. I think there's like 8 or 9 of them that they've done. Maybe you can include more if you start thinking about like Jonathan Schiffko or some of those other ones that participated in like the all-in-all fight. So yeah, that would be like Sean, who is it? Sean Crash. Yeah, Sean Crash, Jonathan Schiffko, Megan Carrar. If you count those as well, you got quite a few World Grand Prix fans. And if we got these other ones, you'd have 3 more. So they did it pretty extensively. I would have loved to seen like a Lewis Hamilton fan or a Rip Clutchgoneski. I think those were the only 2. Oh, and Jeff Gorvette. No. Clutch is a Jeff Gorvette. Yeah, so I think they lack 2 of the Racers fans. So I might have to get one customized here. There's one that I would love to get done. I actually have a picture of it. That guy. So it's a green Ferrari with a Rip Clutchgoneski hat. Easy, right? That should be pretty easy. I got this one done. So that's just a red Maserati with the Max Schnell hat. So I might have to get that one done at some point because I think that's pretty awesome. But alright guys, thank you for watching this video and I'll see you soon for another one. Bye now.